I need more structure in my life. I had several clients come to me and say, yes, that I want structure. I want to be more purpose and goal oriented and move towards it powerfully. I'm ready. And in almost all the cases, that is absolutely not what they need. That is what the mind tells you you need. But actually what we need is something different. And this is what I'm diving into in this video so you can save yourself the time and money and just get to the root cause of what's really not working. Let's dive right in. So I have this fantastic thing happening with a lot of people in my life, a lot of clients who come to me and they're like, I want to be more structured. Or they see how I show up to my spiritual practice and my personal growth and some things in my life and they go, right, I need to be more like you. I need to have it all together on shelves. Not realizing that to get to that, you need to do something else first. That the way, and this is what so many coaches and teachers and just huge names in the industry, in the personal growth industry will tell you, that it's about just pushing it through. You feel that resistance, don't worry about it, just push through it. And how can we get more structured and more clear and move forward faster and better and more efficiently? What they're not telling you is that when you keep pushing yourself, the end result of that is not freedom. It's not connection. It's not wholeness. It's actually misalignment. Because what's happening is there's a part of you that for some reason, and there are several reasons, I've worked with many people, it can be different reasons, same reason in different ways rather. And so there's a reason why your body's resisting. There's a reason why your mind is resisting. And what we're doing with, it's okay, I just get it. I just need to get structured. That is my problem. I just need to get structured. And there's absolutely that. In my work with clients, we get clear on some of the values, North Star quality, the hierarchy of those values. It's all very important on the mind level. However, brain the subconscious in this, that even if you do it, right? It's you push yourself, you don't want to do it, but you do it, and then you have those goals, you're not going to be as fulfilled. You're barking at the wrong tree. You're dealing with the wrong problem. I want efficiency. I'm afraid, and this is what those people also say, I'm afraid that if I go into this la la land, into this flow, into, oh, okay, I'm just going to feel good and something's going to happen, that BS, that I'm going to get lost in that. And when I invite them to relax into the flow, what if you don't need to control life? What if, and there's a whole thing about controlling life, right? Because it's oh, let's just stop it. There was this meme going around with Paris Hilton with a t-shirt, just stop being poor. It's that simple. Just stop it. And instead, it's just trust life. Just trust yourself. It's that simple. It's right, okay, it's easier said than done. And there's a whole aspect of that. There's a reason why we have that lack of inner trust because, from years of programming, we were born knowing what we want. And then we're told, no, you don't. Or that feeling's not okay, or the way you express yourself isn't okay. And we're oh, right, okay, maybe I'm wrong. And we learned to doubt ourselves. So there's a reason why that the distrust is there. However, when we go into, right, I just need to be more structured, I just need to be more organized, we still end up miserable in the long run because the results may be there, but why do I feel so disconnected? Why do I feel this lack of wholeness? Because you've been pushing through instead of listening to the part of you that's screaming at you, that has flags there and be look at me, I'm not okay. And just say, no, you're fine. Let's push through it. So if you are there thinking, oh, right, I just need more structure. It may be the case. My question to you would be, how's your relationship with the masculine energy? How do you feel about scheduling? How do you feel about budgeting? How do you feel about a framework? And there may be some, blocks from that. It's oh, I don't feel good because, I had this parent who was doing that all the time and I hate that. I'm never going to be like them. Or maybe at some point that masculine energy didn't feel quite safe. But what we feel is that, right, I just need to be more like that. Instead, and this is the paradox, to have a healthy masculine energy, a balanced masculine, you actually need to learn to surrender to your feminine. Can your feminine feel safe? Similarly, as to trust the feminine energy, the key is actually to create clear boundaries and work on strengthening your masculine energy. So when you're there thinking that I just need better structure, what are you afraid of happening if you surrender to that flow? If you surrender to life, if you trust, if you receive, right? Because the feminine is the receiving, the masculine is the giving. The masculine is the doing, the feminine is the being. So if you're in this place of, right, I just need to be more organized, I need more structure, that's going to solve it all. How comfortable are you from 1 to 10? 1 not at all, 10 very. And just, you're welcome to share that below, by the way, if you're comfortable with that. And if not, just writing it for yourself. Just self-assessment. Nothing needs to change. This is not like, oh no, my number's too low, or oh, my number's freakishly high. Just where are you? Just getting curious, 1 to 10. How comfortable are you with surrendering to life? How comfortable are you with trusting? What happens most of the time is that we feel like we need structure, we need those walls, because we feel so unsafe on our own expression. We feel not held by life. We feel, like I said, the trust thing, right? Because we haven't been showing up for ourselves. Because we trusted at some point the adults around us, the structure that wasn't safe. We looked at adults who had no idea how to regulate their own nervous systems to show us how to regulate ours. And so we closed off. And we try to have this, right, I just need to push through it. But actually it's, what if I can let go? And what will happen if I do? And I promise you, it's actually not as scary as your mind will make it out to be, because like a lot of us, we're afraid of being, we're afraid of receiving because, oh, well, that means opening up my body. And what happens when you do that? If you haven't been present with your body for years, what happens when you're actually present? Your body screams. Your mind goes, oh, you haven't listened to this, and there's so many emotions and we're terrified of it. And that's why it's easier to do and to create structures and like to have a target out there that we can chase after instead of just sitting with ourselves and being present with the body. But that has a price, because long term it's not sustainable. Long term it will still catch up with you. So how long are you willing to postpone your healing for? Knowing that the more you do, the more difficult and challenging it will be. And the freedom that's available on the other side of that, if you stop listening to your mind, it's unlike anything else you've ever experienced. So with this one, an invitation, where can you open up more to being rather than doing? And can that feel safe? On this note, I thank you for being here, and